Ladies and gentlemen, KageKaze here to let you know that it is that time again, time for a Diablo PTR. So they made good on their promise. Before the end of the year, we would have a PTR with Loot 2.0. Basically a Reaper of Souls preview, if you will. Now, this is not the same thing as the Reaper of Souls beta. They have disabled Act 5, the Crusader. It also appears that we will not have the adventure mode or bounties or Nephalem rifts. So basically it's the same game, just with the levels items and the Paragon thing. So there are some bugs, so keep that in mind. This is a PTR, this is a beta. Very much a beta. It's not all ready yet. It looks like they've just turned off essential features that would make it Reaper of Souls and gave it to us, because I'm hearing reports that items, level 61 items are dropping, so people can't wear them. But I'm going to take a look at the PTR and the beta here. Unfortunately, I can't show you the sign-up process. It has changed. I did have an old video out that showed how to sign up for a PTR account. Now it should be somewhere here on the Battle.net desktop. If you don't have the Battle.net desktop, you can get it from your Battle.net account to try it out, download it there. But all you have to do is once you have this installed, there's going to be a button on here somewhere that would basically say make an account. Again, I wish I could show it to you. I just don't have the ability to go back and say unmake my account. But I can tell you that once you've done that, in order to get the PTR, you would go here, change your region from whatever your current region is, and you'll see in development is PTR Diablo 3. Once you select that, it'll switch over, and this button down here would change to an install button. You push it, it'll download all the files that you need, and you're in the beta. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the changes, shall we? Alright, so here we are inside of the beta. When you first go in, it's like having a fresh install with a fresh account, because it is not pulling from your standard Battle.net account. It's pulling from a PTR account, which is completely clean at the very beginning. So you will be prompted, of course, to make a character. You can see here, we don't have, there's been some mock-up screenshots that show that there would be like a seasonal character here or a ladder thing. You can see that is actually not in the beta. Those were just mock-ups from data mined information. So as of right now, there is still nothing on ladder, so we have no idea what will happen there. But you can see that the Crusader is available to preview. So here we go, but it does tell you it requires the expansion Reaper of Souls in order to access the content, so I'm not able to do it. If I hit the upgrade button, it will open a web browser, so we'll just go ahead and cancel out of that. But we can take a look at the preview for the male and female Crusader. And take a look at their descriptions here. So we can even see the Crusaders imbued with righteous power of wrath. Each attack generates more, which in turn allows the Crusader to unleash even more devastating power. So you also notice that the little screen here that shows the previews is not working no matter what class you pick. So not everything has been tied in just yet. Again, there will be bugs. Because I'm kind of interested in some of the changes to him, I'm going to make a monk this time around. I will be able to import my characters. We'll go ahead and show that here. I'm going to create him. So this is pretty nice. We get right away, we go into game difficulty selection. So you can choose right when you start what you want to do. Now, as we can see, normal, we can take a look at some of the changes here. Normal is the baseline. We go into hard. You notice we get 75% extra gold and XP. This one is recommended for players who've acquired several pieces of rare equipment in Reaper of Souls, or in this case, Diablo 3. So that's one of those things that will probably be looked at. This should probably say Diablo 3 for someone that doesn't have an expansion yet. So it's kind of in this flux position right now. The polish hasn't been put in just yet. So you're going to see things that reference Reapers as if I had a Reaper of Souls account, but I don't. So not, again, beta, anything can happen at this point. Expert is the highest difficulty that you can start on if you're a fresh player. And that's kind of what I want to do. I want to look at this as I want to see what the fresh players would see first, since I don't get this opportunity very often, because I can't just unmake my account. I wouldn't be able to see this except in a PTR environment or some kind of random character wipe, which will never happen. So here we go. Expert level is recommended for players who have optimized their equipment further in the right gem and enchantments. It gives you 100% extra gold and XP, and bounties award double currency. Now, bounties, as we've seen, or as I've mentioned, are not available in this version, so honestly, all it would give me is the extra golden XP. So that's kind of a shame we'll be able to see that. We cannot go into Master or Torment. We can see that Master is unlocked at 60, Torment unlocked at 70, and Torment has an additional slider beyond. So I want to see how hard it is, how hard it really is from a beginning standpoint. I'm going to go with Expert. You can see all the tooltips are turned on. In the upper right hand corner it says upgrade now, find your... So they've got a little advertisement here for Reaper of Souls. So new players will see right away that, hey, you can get your account upgraded. And oh, look, a Quickjoin is here. Oh, this is cool. This seems pretty new. The Quickjoin feature, not only does it have the list of names like before, but look at this. I can mouse over my friend, and it shows me who's playing. So I see his account name. I'm seeing the character he's playing as. I'm also seeing what level his character has, Paragon level, and of course his class. What's also cool is the fact that you've got that little. You can see his Witch Doctor right there with the gear he's wearing. So just by mousing over his profile, I can take this quick sneak peek at what my friends are doing with what their character looks like. I can even see the difficulty he's playing in currently and if he's in a party with open slots. That's really nice. I like the fact that they're improving upon that functionality. I kind of like the fact that you can actually see what they look like. If you've never seen what your friends' characters look like, at a glance you can do that. Doesn't look like there's many other changes here to this system. Now there is this new communities tab. You can start a clan. I'm not in a clan. I can find a clan. I don't want to be in a clan right now, but you have clans. You can only be in one clan in Diablo 3, but they have communities. So if I go to community, I can try and find communities, and you can be in any number of communities that you want to be. So what I'm going to do is try and find Diablo fans. There it is, D fans. Apparently, you can't have the word Diablo in your community name, which it seems kind of odd to me. I mean, if you want to have the... I don't know. So what I'll do is I will join community. And we're back. Sorry about that. They're apparently doing load testing right now, so some things might kick me off while I'm in the middle of doing them. So let's go in here. We can see it looks like DFans it did join. So, yep, change to community info, join the community. Okay. So this is the official community. Let's see what we can do here. Here's the news. I can look at those. We can take a look at the roster. And lots of people. Oh, there's that additional functionality. I can mouse over people and see all of their characters. Not everything is finished, because, I mean, if you look at that model is very much, looks like it's not intended to be a solid green color. That's cool. Oh, I like that right there. So this the enchantment system, I'm going to say, I love the enchantment system in this game because the Mempo of Twilight, which is the headgear that this person is wearing, was one of my favorite looks. I had it on my Barbarian at one point, and I couldn't keep it because the item was terrible. So I'm glad I can keep that. So and this is kind of neat too. This is kind of a tribute, I would imagine, to Diablo 2, because this is exactly the way the chat rooms looked like in Diablo 2 with little pictures of the characters on the bottom. So you can see the rosters, I can look at settings, and trying to find out what exactly being in a community offers me. So the community, I can't change any of the settings, but you can make it to have different categories, class specific and things like that. So news, roster, settings, I might have to get an invite. I'm not entirely sure on that. I imagine that you have a chat for your community of some sort, and I'm not seeing it. So the truth of the matter is I can't really say what a community offers you at this point. I mean, it's cool to have... Oh, there we go. There's join chat right there. So entered the community chat. Great. So yes, you do get a community chat if you want to have it. So you could join a community for your class. You want to have a monk, join a monk community, you can do that. So all the features are available there. So, and again with the clan, you can do the same thing with the clan. So you can have one clan, multiple communities, and of course you'll probably want to be able to turn on and off chats if you're in multiple communities. So that option is available to you. Just trying to see if anything else has changed as far as the UI is concerned. No, everything here in the achievements is still set. It looks like it is pulling some of my achievements still, even though it didn't have my characters. So that's interesting. It's not pulling all of them, but some of them. New profile screen here. We can see that it includes the new Act 5 boss here. You can take a look at my heroes. It'll even show you your Paragon experience for each character. Shows that the 4th expansion slot is available there. Of course, that's not available until I level up. So yeah, pretty nice changes here. Again, I'm kind of looking at this from the beginning. I will be bringing my characters over. Now, you might wonder, well, wait, how come I can't get to my characters? Well, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to log off at this point and see if I can't make that happen. Let's just go ahead and go to the game menu. Oh, the game menu is not in the middle anymore. It's off to the side, so that's kind of nice. I do like the new black and white kind of logo here. Let's see what kind of options are here. We have options, achievements, cinematics, credits, info on the expansion, customer service. So, okay, cool. Let's log out and back in. Okay, looks like the upgrade button is still there. So I have heard of this happening. So what I'm going to do is create a new hero. And let's go back to switch hero, back to my first. No, I still have it. So this is definitely one of those little bugs because they are adding functionality up here. It is in the exact same spot as the copy to PTR. So yes, I can copy my characters over to the PTR, and you will be able to too if you decide to play the PTR. Now, all I can recommend is something that I've seen other people recommend is to just constantly either make characters or switch out, just keep switching, and eventually it should allow you to copy over. I may have to make a game. I may have to actually make a game, and so I won't worry about it now. But let's see what else has changed on the UI. Here's the, okay, nothing really too different here for the banner customization. We have a what's new button. Obviously, this is once again a kind of a, hey, please buy our expansion. Game settings. So adventure mode, as we can see, is set to require the expansion. So this may be what they've decided to go with. The last we heard on the Diablo main forums by the community managers is that they hadn't made their decision yet, because they are kind of teetering on this idea that you can unlock acts in adventure mode by completing that act. I believe they said currently you have to unlock adventure mode by beating the game once, but they are considering either letting you just open it right away or just finishing an act. So if I finished Act 1, I could go to adventure mode in Act 1. This is by no means final, so even though they've set this to require the expansion right now, we have no idea if it really will require the expansion. I mean, it's set like that now. Again, this is beta. They are still adding and taking things away. So we'll have to see. So right now, so here at any time, you can go to game settings, choose if you want campaign or adventure. You can go to your options here where you can select your quest. And then, of course, over here, difficulty, which you can change at the push of a button. I'm going to choose expert, of course. I can make it a private or a public game. This I like, actually. This is a nice change because in current Diablo 3, unless I'm mistaken, but the last time I tried to make a public game, I had to create my game, then I had to know to go into my options menu and then make the game open to the public, which is kind of annoying if you have no idea it's there. So I can choose to make it a public game. So I'm going to go ahead and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that that's right, because here we can, if I click public game, you can see join game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save and close. And oh, it switches over to join game. So more than likely, the functionality is exactly the same as before. So Act 1, expert, public game. I'm going to click join game. And yep, it's searching for one. So okay, cancel that. Alright, so I take that back. I take all of that back. I'm going to leave that there as in the video because, hey, that's feedback. So if anyone from Blizzard happens to come by this, I would really like to see that change. That I can just say here, if I can click on public game, and instead of save and close, maybe give me join game or create game. Because it seems a little obtuse that I have to go into private game. So I'm going to go ahead and go into private game. Okay. So from here, I have to know to come in here. Oh, I was looking in the wrong spot. I was looking over here, but here on the right-hand side, current settings, Fallen Star, campaign, private game, open game to the public. I have to know to do that. As someone new, and let's face it, the game's been out long enough that you probably won't run into this as much. But really, I think it's nice to have that option when you're creating the game, to just create it as a public game if that is what you so desire. But here I can click to open it. Now what is cool is I can do this. I can lower the difficulty. Are you sure you want to lower the difficulty? You will no longer be able to increase it without leaving the game. So it looks like it doesn't give me the selection screen. I can't choose what to lower it to. It just lowers it one level downwards. So how that's going to work with Torment, I'm not sure. Because remember, Torment has a slider. So if I'm in Torment 6, or 4, or 5, whatever, and I hit lower difficulty, and if I'm in, let's say I'm in Torment 4, and I hit lower difficulty, is it going to say, do you want to lower it to Torment 3? Possibly. Now, the jump between 4 and 3 might be a big one, so that might not be a big deal. But if you want to go from Torment to the next one down, that means you'll have to lower it a few times. But I think that's pretty cool that you can do that, because it means you can start a game on a difficulty and realize, oh, wait, this is a bit too tough. And the whole point about not being able to increase it while you're in the middle of it prevents you from doing such things as fighting an enemy till he's nearly dead and then increasing the difficulty to reap the rewards. Now, there are other ways around that. They can make it so that if you've already tagged an enemy, that he only gives you the rewards of the current difficulty. But this seems like a better solution for it, to just say, you know what, no. You can only increase the difficulty when you're out of game. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to return to game because what I'd like to see, there's a couple things. I'd like to see how this new Fist of Thunder works, because you teleport to the target immediately instead of needing a rune for it, but that's pretty cool. Oh, keep in mind, here in the PTR, you are more than likely going to have to turn a lot of things on and off. So the tutorial, obviously, I want to turn off. Show advanced tooltips, I need to turn on. Elective mode, I need to turn on. Oh, hey, that's nice. Check this out. Automatically skip all cutscenes. So if you've already seen the cutscenes, you can turn that off. Well, I'll be damned. That's pretty cool. I like that. I'm going to turn that on now. So, all right, display health bars and numbers and healing numbers and all that wonderful happiness. Okay, accept. Awesome. All right, we should be good here. I'm just making sure there's nothing else that I need to turn on. Why would reflections be off? That is weird. All right, hold on. This is just... okay. I think we're good. I think interesting. Friend request, friend earns an achievement, auction house. Guild members come online, so there are some new options here for guilds. You can block community invites, clan invites. You can also, this is a new feature with the new BattleNet 2.0. It looks like players near you, which would be players on your network. You can take a look at those and see who's there. Allow friends to instantly join your game without a confirmation. I normally turn that off just because I'm usually recording like I am now. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off again. Looking good. Alright, so we're just going to quickly get into New Tristram here. God, I'm not so used to slow attacks. Did they slow down the attack speed of Fists of Thunder because it now teleports? I seem to remember it being a little bit faster at a base level. Alright, so we are on, I mean, just taking a quick look again at expert difficulty. And I think that's what I want to do. I think I want, for at least for now, until I can copy over my characters, I want to take a brief look at how the difficulty feels right off the bat. Because one of the things I liked when Monster Power entered the fray, now these difficulties are replacements for Monster Power. I do not have to play through the game over and over again to unlock them, obviously, because you saw I chose them right from the beginning. But this is pretty much a replacement for Monster Power. There is no one-to-one translation. Is Expert Monster Power 10? Is Torment Monster Power 10? No. In fact, they've kind of said that Monster Power 10, or I'm sorry, Torment, is a little higher than Monster Power 10. And we can see that I'm already getting, what, double the rewards of my experience. So I've already hit level 2, even though you're normally not supposed to hit level 2 until you get inside here and you help Leah.
For many years, villagers were too afraid. Are you Leah?
So this is still the beginning part, obviously, where things are just way too easy. So
Killing business.
now it's the health is not terribly high, because as we can see, I was able to one-shot all of those zombies just now, and in Monster Power 10 I think that would have taken a bit more, because Monster Power 10 in current Diablo 3 magnifies monster health by a huge margin. Now, what I'm going to point out, of course, for those who haven't seen it, is up here in the upper right, you can see the difficulty expert at the number 2. 2 representing my character level. Because the monsters scale now to my level. So just taking a quick look, yeah, everything's been reset. It's kind of weird, kind of almost nostalgic to take a look at this and see... Oh, is there a Crusader tab? Hold on. Monk. Let me see. Wizard. Witch Doctor. Monk. Wizard. Barbarian. Yep. Crusader. Right there. There is a Crusader picture for that. So, awesome. Yeah, it's just really weird to see that. I mean, look at this. I'm almost level level 3 already. So, and that's... what Monster Power 10 gave you is just that massive boost of experience, and now you don't need it, which is nice. And the monsters scale, so I don't have to worry about things becoming insurmountable, or at least they shouldn't be. Now, if Expert and Torment are like they say, where you're supposed to have a decent amount of gear, then it very well could be. Like right now, it's just the beginning, so it's hard to say. They have, or they are, obviously, looking at... Jeez, already. They are looking at the way damage is taken. So they've removed life on hit for high-level characters. Like at this point, up until level 60, you get full life steal, right? Or not life on hit, sorry. Actual life steal, like percentage of damage done returned as health. They're looking at that. They feel like it's too good. I've mentioned this in, I believe, in one of the Diablo digests. So that's another thing to be looking at here. Is that without that, now in the beginning of the game, you've never had that. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if you caught that. When a health globe spawns, it actually spawns away from the monster that I killed. See, it bounced away from me off into the distance. Yeah, my attacks are definitely slower than I remember them being before. I'm so glad the teleport's on it now. And of course, the Lashing Tail kick has no more knockback. So there you go, a few changes to ye old monk. Health globe's much more important now. Everything, everything feels like it's a little more polished now, I think. I don't know what it is, but things, maybe I've just been away for a while. Things feel smooth. I'm going to admit there hasn't been as much loading. Like normally when I start a game of Diablo, things are pretty slow at first. It chunks a little bit. Feels like maybe they've optimized it a little more. Of course, it could be just because there aren't that many people. I don't know. Again, it could just be I've been away for a while, and I don't remember things as smoothly as they are now. I don't know. I'm just kind of giving you a general impression of my vibe, how I feel about the game, the vibe that the game is giving to me. I really need to turn off those tooltips, by the way. The experience boost is definitely pretty high. I don't know. You know what? I should start a character and see how long it takes me to level normally. on normal difficulty. Just because it really does feel like I'm leveling a bit fast. There is double experience. I mean, and that could be it. But then again, with the new difficulty curve, they have to evaluate how fast you gain levels. Since you're not playing through the game 3 to 4 times to level up. Okay, I'm
My strength fails.
starting to die here.
Do that. This nest will produce no
Oh man. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, so they have to reevaluate that. If you play through the game on normal scenario mode and you're not even up to level 30 and you've got 60 levels, what are you going to do? Just maybe hope they move you on to adventure mode? I mean, that's certainly a possibility.
Has raised me to new heights.
But it would make sense if they leveled you up a little faster than they used to. Because you really should just go through the game kind of that one time and enjoy it. And maybe their answer to that is to maybe say, hey, you know, you're doing okay, you're not dying, just increase the difficulty level because we've got better rewards there. But I look at where my character is like now. Am I, like, for example, my witch doctor... Oh dear. Oh dear. I am in threat of dying here, folks.
My strength, my will falters.
Wow, that health glow barely... I'm hurting. I'm hurting. I'm a hurting unit.
Not enough spirit. It cannot be done.
Oh, I'm on cooldown and I'm nearly dead. Survival bonus. Additional XP. So yeah, for those of you who might be curious about Diablo 3's difficulty...
My injuries are too severe.
Now, if I had my blacksmith and some of my items, you know, it might be fine. Of course, I do have a bunch of items now. So I can at least take a look now at the new system for the way they're doing items. And you can see right away, even with blues, you've got a primary and you've got a secondary. So right away, here I get regenerate 1 life per second and a secondary of life after kill. So they don't consider the life after kill to be a survival stat. It's just a bonus. Go ahead and put that on. You can also see that they've changed the stats if equipped. It now segregates into damage, toughness, and healing. So it kind of gives you that, at least at a glance there. So you can see my healing gets dramatically reduced, obviously 100% because I don't have it anymore if I equip this item. Here we have another regenerate 1 life and another plus 3 life after each kill. So now I've got 2 items that match. I'm going to have 2 life regeneration, which is really going to help for the beginning of the game. And look at this, even more. Primary to regenerate life. So they're really giving me a lot of regenerate life in the very beginning. So it feels like the itemization of early level items has changed. Because these, they definitely feel different. I don't remember getting so much life regeneration at the beginning. So it seems like they're really focusing on that being part of one of the mechanics that you're really going to get your survivability from. So can't use axes, obviously. Okay, very good. So far, I have to say, I like how it feels, and I've only played, as you can see, up to level 4. I want to take a look briefly here. Now I have my blinding flash. See if there's any change to it. Blind for 30 seconds, elite enemies recover faster, 30% chance to miss. So these enemies, these regular zombies have 25 health now. 25 to 28. 33 on that one. And that health will constantly be going up. Every time I level up is that just going to keep going up. So if I'm in an area, it will always be challenging. I won't out-level it. I can go back. So let's say I'm in Act 4. I want to level up in Act 1. I can do that. Which, again, was exactly what Monster Power was intended to do. Although, current monster power doesn't really work that way in Diablo 3 Vanilla, because in Acts 1 through 4 with monster power, before Inferno, the level of the monster doesn't change. Only its health and everything else does. So if you go into normal mode, Act 1 Tristram, all of these monsters are probably going to be level 1 to 5. So even if I put it on monster power 10, they're not going to change. But here, with Reaper of Souls, or the Reaper of Souls Beta, I can go back to Tristram after going to Act 3, never changing the difficulty. I can go back, and all the monsters will have an increased level. So I can always be going back and forth between acts at any point, and that's doubly so for Adventure Mode, since Adventure Mode has no breaks. It's all waypoints of everywhere I want to go. I don't have to worry about it. So there's some nice things about this system that I really like. So yeah, I think that about covers it for the most part. I'm going to be taking a look at other things. I'll be breaking it down into individual videos. I just wanted to announce the PTR, take a look at some of the things as they appear when you first create a character, so that you can see, you know, hey, what would a newbie see? You know, how does it feel if I go into this game without any items? If I go in without anything at all, how does the difficulty feel? Taking a look at this, I didn't notice this before, but hey, there's your Paragon level. So I'll go ahead and take a look at this real quick. Here's the Paragon system. We can see there's a reset button. I believe at this point there is no cooldown or cost to it. That will more than likely change. It may be a gold cost. We don't know. But you can see that your core points here give you Dex, Vital, Movement, and Spirit. Is that... Wow, okay. That's, I guess I haven't been paying attention to some of the changes. I always thought core stats would be Dex, Strength, Vital, you know, these things. Strength, Dex, Int, and Vital, right? I always figured that that's what these were always going to be for every character. But, as we can see, because I'm a monk, it's actually specific to my class. So I have Dexterity, because that's how monks get damage. I have Vitality, because, hey, everybody needs Vitality. And then I have Movement, Speed, and Spirit as choices here. So, and I'm glad to see that. And I'm glad to see that now, because this is a surprise to me. I'm glad to see it. I may have reported it, honestly, because I did talk about it before, and I didn't really notice. I didn't pick it up in my head. Because every time I say core stats, I kept thinking Strength, Int, Vital, Dex. And now seeing it, I realize, wait, no, there's a disconnect there. So yeah, I guess I hadn't been paying attention to it. It's nice to see though, because this makes more sense to me. Because why would I ever put things into strength? Why would I ever put things into int? You know, I suppose int would give me some survivability, but it'd be a no-brainer to put points into dexterity because it's my damage stat. But these actually have some things I'd be interested in. Core stats can grow infinitely, assumedly. So I wonder if there's caps on some of these, like movement speed and spirit, because I just couldn't see movement speed just constantly going up endlessly. They said that you constantly get core base stat or constant core stats, but I always assumed that would just be for things like dexterity or vitality, maybe. But these are some real choices, because having maximum spirit is it would be a great change of pace. See, I always thought this was in utility, so, you know, my mistake. But seeing maximum spirit next to dexterity or movement speed, you know, that's a tough choice, because some characters live and die by movement speed because you need to get out of things. So that's really nice to see that there's some actual decisions that need to be made here for your Paragon points. So looking at offense, we can see that you have attack speed, cooldown reduction, critical hit chance, and critical hit damage. And you can see they cap out at 50 each. So 200 points, and you're done here. Defensive is life, so just raw life. Armor, resist all, and of course, life regeneration. Well, I can see community members earning achievements. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because if you're in a community full of tons of people, you're going to get tons of spam from that. You could obviously turn that off. So you may have to, honestly. It depends on if you join small communities, I suppose. All right, moving on. Looking at what is actually in utility, because I've apparently missed this. I believe Magic Find used to be in here, but it's not anymore. So area damage has been added. That's nice. So you can increase your area of effect damage. So if you want to build an AoE and make it stronger against single targets, you can. Resource cost reduction is now a thing. So maybe I was paying attention and then this just changed recently because something like Spirit, I'm pretty sure was in utility. Now it's resource cost reduction. Life on hit is in here now. And Gold Find. Gold Find I knew. But it used to be Magic Find in here, I'm pretty sure. Life on hit, area damage, those I'm almost positive are new. Resource cost reduction, I'm pretty sure is new. So yeah, there's been some changes, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. That is some of the new things to the Paragon system. And I'm glad to see some of these changes. Again, the core stats actually have some tough choices here because you have to choose between movement, resource, raw damage numbers. And here, not really much different here. Cooldown reduction, I mean, these all make sense. These are pretty standard. Again, same with the defense. These are exactly... not exactly. I think life regeneration might be new. So we can see there's a big focus for life regen now. I mean, look, I found a bunch of items with life regen right from the beginning. And here's life regen in my Paragon levels. And utility is got much more now because honestly, my assumption here was when I got Paragon levels, I was just going to pump all my Paragon levels into Magic Find. And that's the reason why I expected Magic Find to be here, because old Paragon gave you Magic Find every level. And now that's gone. So what is their plan for Magic Find? They were trying to get rid of Magic Find on gear. So is that just going to get tied to the difficulty? Because even though you can't see it in the difficulty selection in the PTR right now, the other two difficulty levels up to Torment offer Magic Find capabilities for bringing the difficulty up. So it looks like rather than Paragon, you're going to get additional Magic Find from difficulty, which is pretty cool. I think I could get behind that, really. And it still means that there's some Magic Find gear out there. And it's more than likely going to be a secondary, obviously. So you can get it on whatever gear you want to. Oops. You know what? I couldn't equip that because I was going to the wrong slot. You guys can laugh at me later. Hold on. I want to see something here. 8.13. 5. Yeah, that goes down. I expected as much. Oh, hold on. 6. Yeah, it goes down. Okay. Yes, laugh at me, please, because I screw up like that. Anyway. Let's see. I want to see if anything else has changed before I close this off. It looks like a lot of this is mostly same movement speed, gold find, magic find. We can see the gold find plus 300 or plus 100 has been added from the difficulty. And notice the tooltip says you may have a maximum of 300. So that means if you're in this difficulty, you can only get 200% more. So they do factor your gold find from the difficulty in this. Bonus experience, multiplier. So we can see the multiplier is granted in multiplayer games and from Nephalem Valor. So those are still in there. Now, Nephalem Valor is mentioned here, but I've heard reports that Nephalem Valor is no longer a system right now, that you can't get stacks. So we'll have to see. They may the Nephalem Valor may still indeed be there, but I've been hearing reports that it was gone. So I will have to look at that once I can copy my characters over. Spirit, regeneration per second. New section here of reduction can be increased by items, but of course we've seen that it can also be improved by Paragon levels. So cost reduction is now in your stats here. Life, total life bonus, per second, per hit, per kill, life steal, and we can see life steal can be increased by skills. Let me see, 0% of damage you cause will be received as life. It's effective when you're at a higher level, or less effective when you're at a higher level. And so you can see here, it even shows you at 60 you get 10%, at 70 it no longer functions. A life per spirit spent, health globe healing bonuses, bonus to health globe radius and all that. Armor, block, most of the same things here. Crowd control reduction, missile damage, melee damage, elite damage, and then there's thorns. cooldown, splash damage. Okay, this is one of the new stats, and this is something I look forward to trying out because I kind of like some of the channeled abilities, like rapid fire on a demon hunter. But it would be nice if it did more, if it did damage to more than one target. This is my chance to do it. All attacks have a 20% chance to also deal, in this case, 0% damage to enemies within 10 yards. So it looks like when it comes to splash damage, if you get splash damage on your gear, it doesn't improve the chance that it will splash, it improves the damage. So as of right now, I have a 20% chance, but it's not going to do anything because I don't have any gear. So once I start getting gear, I have a 20% chance that everything I do will do additional AoE effects. That's kind of cool, and I like that they're thinking outside of the box for core stats, because that really makes you have to think twice about, do I really want crit damage, crit chance, dex, raw stats like that. I mean, while those are all great, I can start thinking about, well, wait, for my build, maybe I want some splash because my build is very single target heavy. And that's pretty cool. Same standard bonuses here, damage by dex, skills, dex, and so on and so forth. Cool. All right, there you go. We can see we have damage. Instead of DPS, it actually says damage, so that's a little easier to understand for people that don't know what a DPS is. Toughness is basically replacing your armor. And you've got an actual healing amount here. So it says my healing is a 5. So 2, 3, 4. It says 4. I wonder why it gives me a 5. It's the amount of life you can recover every second in combat. It's based on your life per hit per second, life steal. So it factors everything. Life on hit, life steal, health globe, healing bonuses. Gives you a rough healing modifying number. That's pretty cool. I honestly feel like they're making great strides here. They're doing a good thing with this. Everything so far, let's look at the health again since I leveled. So we're looking at 42s and 30s now. So the health has gone up just a tiny bit to the monsters. Awesome. I'm going to admit it, I'm kind of excited to play again. Because what I really want to see, I want to see what kind of items I get. What kind of loot drops with the new smart drop system. They talked at one point about bosses dropping a legendary for your class when you killed them for the first time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Oh dear. I may not have the resources I need to do this. I need to clear health. Yeah, okay. Diablo. It's not as easy as it once was. I mean, yes, I'm on a higher difficulty. Yes. And this is no indicator by any means of what level 70 content will be like, or level 60. Some people may still find the level 60 content, even on Master, to be easier, or still be easy. I don't know. Okay, hey, I'm glad I continued. Look at this. Demonic Essence dropping early game. So the rare crafting material, it used to be a Inferno-only item, as far as I could remember, it was Inferno only. Was basically an in-game item, is now dropping normally. So I had heard reports of that. It's nice to actually see it, nice to actually have it recorded so that you can see that. So I think, I definitely think I don't want to carry this too far. I've already spent quite a bit of time here, I think, looking over this stuff. I think it's fairly apparent that I am already impressed, and I'm very happy with where things are. This is going to be kind of what I'm looking at until I can actually get into the actual Reaper of Souls beta. I really hope that I can. Unfortunately, no, I don't have an invite. I didn't get one, and I'm waiting. There were new invites that went out, I think, just today, and I'm still not in. So, fingers are crossed. I'll hopefully eventually get in, but in the meantime, I'm going to look at what's here. I'm going to look at what's in the PTR, and I want to cover some of it, and some of the changes to characters and classes if I can. I don't have all the classes up to 60, but I can try and put out a bit of content for you guys to take a look at. So this is Diablo 3. This is the not quite Reaper of Souls PTR. It is the 201 PTR. Any of you can get at. Remember, get that Battle.net desktop, and you too can participate if you so desire. But again, I will be putting out information for those of you that don't like joining PTRs, especially since your progress will not be saved. No, nothing you do here will carry over into live, even after you copy your characters. So I'm sorry. Okay, ladies and gents, I will see you next time. Alright, just a quick update. I know I already said the ending stuff and whatnot, but I wanted to show this off because I thought it was kind of cool and just a really neat thing to just kind of show off at the end. Waypoints. Even though we don't have adventure mode, waypoints are completely changed, so you can actually see where everything is in relation to everything else. So you can see here's New Tristram, right where you start off, and I went off here towards the old ruins. You can see there goes the cathedral, over here to where the fallen star was, and then it looks like you can see... where's Wortham? It would almost seem like maybe that's over here. Yeah, that would probably be Wortham, and then there's the spider cave and all that. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you can see that it branches off. I know there's a spider right there. So yeah, and that's more than okay. So that would be Wortham, spider cave over here, and move on. There's the butcher. Neat, neat. I like it. I like this new map, and it looks pretty cool. It's got a good interface to it. I like it a lot. I think I've been saying that a lot, but there you go. New waypoint system, much better than a simple list. Helps you find what you want, and the little map drawings will let you know what's in that area. You know what bosses are nearby, and you can quickly go to them. I mean, we all kind of know where everything is at this point, but again, if you're new, you might not. All right, ladies and gents, thanks for watching.